And
with this raffle, you got the snow cones up there, but you get under that white tennis competitive edge. All right, they have shirts, shorts, a bunch of different stuff, so make sure you take your parents over there.
Recruit kids out of that tournament. And then as a high school coach, we had played in that.
Take a peek over there. There's a lot of great merchandise that you can purchase from Competitive Edge, the best lacrosse store in the United States. I'm not sure about Canada.
State tournament, and in 2005 we won it, and now as a coach we're not a part of it at all.
No. A couple just philosophical things with lacrosse. How many guys play more sports than just lacrosse? That's great. All right, because as you guys get older, you want to.
So,
all right, you got to get better on your own. So you can do that out of season, right? If you. Try to play as much as we can this morning. Got everything. Yeah, what? Propane.
I don't. It's about I didn't come to Haverford with the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna go there for a year to learn everyone's tendencies, and then I'm gonna go to Malvern so I can beat them. Like,
yeah, but if you stay with our team, like.
I'll let you talk.
But keep in mind, he wasn't paid.
But also, this is what I'm saying. That's the biggest issue. Like, if you have a family and you have, I know he has. I think he has 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah, he was offered the Princeton job.
Yeah, why would I be a volunteer assistant at a high school coach and get paid this much money when I could be the head coach at Malvern and I can support my family and I can make more money.
And he was also for the head of Princeton
job. He's only there for 1 year, so it wouldn't be like if Coach Patron left.
Right.
So he's been there for like 8 or 9 years.
And really knows.
Close to the program, and then he left for Malvern. It's like a 1-year thing, and he left. I think he left for money. And and he has 2 or 3 kids. So
he does. Right.
I agree with some part of that, but like coaching against our tendencies at the
yeah, I mean, like, but at the same time, like, if you're in his position, you have all that knowledge. Like, are you not going to use it?
I just hate.
Yeah, skinny guy, T, the one thing you have to get for me,
Yeah.
just because my wife and I are so Catholic, you got to get Mary and
that in. All right, it's done.
Maybe I'll sit with Mary with like a rosary on.
In fact, I'm gonna move the tarp. Is that all right? Can I move the tarp?
We need to trim around Mary. Fend for herself.
Can I get the blue finger out of the way?
Do it now.
Grab your water, hold this out of the way.
Oh yeah.
About to go in though.
Psychology right there.
Yes, it's just like
We learned about it.
that makes sense.
It's like they would shop a little thing with a it's just like a metal rod. They let him walk. I gotta show you. Give an example for the rest. He smashes the man like a lot. That's a one-shot rule. Fans are like, well, look, you can't still. No. I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Is that your left?
Yeah, we move it.
Yeah, you want me to move it? I'll move for it.
I think
Yeah, how are you? Did you guys eat pizza? How much did you eat pizza?
But the thing about Hub is like we've probably gotten like 500 arguments, me and Hub, as like friends. Like he will never give up, and whatever he feels like, and it's a good thing too, because like whatever he feels like, he feels like is right, and he's gonna fight for it. Like I guard him every day in practice, and I know that like he will never give up, especially when like I pick up the ball like off the end line we're trying to clear. I know I'm getting the hack the fuck out of my arms. Like I know Hub's coming like riding me, and like he will never give up. And he also uses like he's probably one of the strongest players on the field that we have on this team. Like there's guys that may be like stronger off the field. Like he's definitely one of the strongest like on the field. Like he will use his body. Like he will put his body like in harm's way. Definitely. Like I remember like against LaSalle like 2 years ago when he like laid it, like got hit in the crease. Like he will like he'll do anything to put the ball in the back of the net. I think that's what makes him look so good.
Okay. All right. Cool. Anyone else, please?
Yeah, I just want to say like I've watched a lot of lacrosse games, and you know I've never really seen an attackman who gets as many ground balls as Huff does. You know, if there's a 50-50 ground ball, Huff's coming up with it. You know, every coach that's ever coached him is confident with that. Every player who's played with him is confident with that. And you know, like Warner said, Huff's like a scrappy guy. I mean, he's getting that ground ball, and you know there'll be a 6'4", 250-pound guy guarding him, and Huff will try and run him over. And you know, if he doesn't, he'll dive and score. You know, he'll do whatever it takes.
That's great.
Which is awesome.
And you're right. You really can't teach that. That's like an attitude you're born with, I guess. Honestly.
6'4", 250 player to
Yeah,
play this game.
Anyone else about Hup? Okay.
Hup just sometimes like he gets just fucking like laid out and he just gets up. And I'm standing there on defense like, how is he getting up from that? But just time and time again, he just keeps coming at you. So
Like McDonough.
oh my
I
god.
remember Huff just got crushed.
Episcopal
I was
last
like,
year.
dude, like, is he dead? He's not getting up from this. But
Episcopal last year, Hup got laid out and just like walked off the field like completely like the wrong way, and like came back like 2 games later. It was like, how's he doing it? Amazing.
Not to jump to a thing, but Episcopal, my alma mater, was one weird game in the season where you guys actually like they played you kind of like the way Malvern played you. They played you well, but they weren't a great team. Could you give me any insight on that game at all? Because I'm just personally curious about that, and then we'll get back to the talking about each other, and then we'll end this. So real quick about Episcopal, any thoughts about how that game went the way it did? Please. Yes.
alright, I guess they'll never ref for me again.
Tell me about that issue.
I think the refs were a complete joke.
Tell me about it. Tell me. I know I have the footage of the argument. Great, and it was tight at the end. What happened at the end? We'll go with you, Matt. If you can take me through the ending. What happened? It was a 10-9 game. So how did it end?
10-8, and then they scored with like a little bit of time left. You can.
All right, start again. Because when you guys, I need a second to get to you. So go on.
You wanna go?
No, you got it, Carl.
Alright,
And
yeah.
can you throw that light right at his face? Because he's the only one not lit.
Matt, you wanna go or no?
Not.
I'll pitch in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone can pitch in.
So we play St. Paul's every year, first year of the game, and it's always like a good way to start out. Because if you get like a nice win, you know it's a big game, and you know it's just a good way to test to see like where our team is in the beginning of the season. So I think that's always a good part, a good way to start the season. And this year we were down at halftime, and I think they ended up scoring. It was 10-8. We were up by 2 until we came back in like the third quarter, and then they ended up scoring with not much time left. And it was 10-9, and we had to win the face-off or at least tie them up till time ran out. We ended up doing that for like a tight win.
Okay. Any other thoughts about St. Paul's at all? I mean, winning a face-off, that was a theme later in the year with what Joe did at the last couple games. But CK, what was that game like for you? I mean, you're known by what you do wrong, as any goalie does, what goals you let in. But most people talk about the goals, your saves as much. No one does. Did you find were they a tough team offensively, or?
Yeah, they were probably one of the best teams we faced offensively. I just remember like going down the bus, just sitting next to Warner, and just thinking about the game, like all the hype going into the game, like us being #1, like all the magazines and stuff, and then like having to go out there and prove it for the first time, just as a team, like was huge. And like we started off, like everybody was real nervous, and like we had turnovers and stuff, but that was like we knew that was gonna come, but we never really panicked. And like at halftime we were down, and I don't know, just with our team, just found a way to win it. But St. Paul's is definitely one of the best teams we played this year.
Okay.
I think they're underrated because they might have lost some games in the MIA, but I definitely think they're one of the top teams we played.
Okay. Who after St. Paul's? I won't go through every game. Tell me the big games you remember through the season.
McDonough.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about McDonough. Who wants to talk? Anyone. Just raise your hand so I can get to you.
Raise your hand off.
I guess I'm
Raise your hand.
All right, yeah, go for it.
Raise your hand.
You don't have to raise your hand. I know it's your name.
Yeah, like, after we played St. Paul's, we kind of had a little, not like an easy game, but Loyola was a little bit, not as good as St. Paul's, so it made it a little easier for us to just kind of get our feet back under us after like a pretty big game. And then we went back down to Baltimore to play McDonough, and the last time we went down to McDonough was our sophomore year, and we kind of got worked. We were like winning 1-0 at halftime, and we ended up losing like 9-1, and our coaches were furious. So that was a rough thing. So going back down there, that same place was a little bit tough, but it's kind of a similar thing to St. Paul's. We came out a little bit slow, and then we ended up being down at halftime, which was kind of a theme that we saw a lot throughout the year. And then we kind of rallied in the third quarter, which was kind of our thing, with a lot of goals by Hub. And then we just kind of closed it out and ended up winning by, I think, 2 goals. It was 12-10, I think, was the final. So.
Is there any reason you guys think you do get behind? I mean, we talk about why you come back and everything, but let's talk about why you guys get behind. Is there a reason? Is it maybe because you guys don't care about winning, you care about having fun, you enjoy the game, you're not into it to be hyper-competitive, or what is it? I mean, I'm curious.
I just think it's just because, like, every game, since we were the #1 team all season, people get so excited.
It's not going to be on it. It's video.
I think a big part about that was just like Haverford in general, like especially me, like growing up at Haverford, like attending school since junior kindergarten. I really grew up with the program, and I know like so many lacrosse players that went there. Like I know like the history, so like actually stepping in freshman year, like with everyone else, like you really like you want to like be remembered, and you want to become like you want to like become one of like those players that they used to look up to. And I think we really experienced that after the game. Like we knew we accomplished that. Like when little kids came up to us like asking for autographs, and like that was awesome. Like just because like we really wanted to be like what the kids talked about. Like I remember when I was growing up, like I always used to watch like John Holiday, Kyle Warren, like Peter Cannon, Brendan Cannon, like Foster Gilbert, like all those guys. Like it was just like awesome, like finally, because then like once we actually won, like I felt like we had like accomplished that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know my son wanted all your autographs, so yeah, you definitely have you're celebrities to all these kids.
You can really ask like the guys about like Brendan and Connor and Matt, Joe, like the kids, like even Carl. I guess Brendan, everyone here except me, basically that came here for high school, just because like I felt like they came here because they knew about Haverford, like the history of like Haverford lacrosse, and like they wanted to become part of it too. Like it's kind of like it's a big deal.
Sure.
I mean, am I right or no?
Yeah, definitely.
And also the academics. You guys are going to a really hard school. You guys are going to a hard academic school. But the academics were a big part of it. I mean, not like we're all, you guys like love the academics, but it's a great school.
I mean, I don't think a lot of the kids would be here if Haverford wasn't known as a good lacrosse school.
Absolutely.
Tons of good schools in the mainline that are smart. I mean, like look at Shipley, look at EA. Like, I don't know. Talk to them why they chose Haverford.
Sure. No, that's a great question.
Just to add, like on what Hub said, like freshman year, you know, we have a meeting before every lacrosse season, and freshman year, Coach Nostrand had, you know, the whole like future of the program and everyone who's going to try out that year. And he's told us, he said, you know, raise your hand if you won a state championship. and only one person raised their hand. It was Pete Bohr, and you know, he's like, raise your hand if you've ever been ranked nationally, and like only 2 people raised their hand. He was like, you know, raise your hand if you've done anything for this program yet, and like, you know, only, again, 2 people raised their hand. So, you know, after we won this championship, and you know, after we were named national champions, you know, I really feel like we earned our spot as like a Haverford lacrosse, you know, alums. And, you know, I really feel like, you know, not that we wouldn't have been a part of, like, you know, the great Haverford lacrosse tradition, but that really, like, capped it all off, you know. I was like, I mean, all of us, you know, once we did that, you know, that made us part of the greats that played at Haverford.
One of the greats that played the game in general. I think you'll find, as time goes by, this, forget my movie, whatever, but like what you guys pulled off will not be repeated anytime. I don't care about this next team, and maybe they'll be number 1, but what you guys did is very special. But you guys know that. And we're going to do 3 o'clock tomorrow, right? No one else has anything to say, I'm sure, now. The guys, yeah, because I know we missed talking about Matt. We missed talking about a couple people. I don't want to keep you here, but I do want to cover that with everyone, maybe tomorrow or whatever, because I don't want to jip anybody or, you know. So you can do it now or we can do it later. I'm apologizing because I don't want to keep you guys.
I'll do it now, but it's
Okay, right. If you guys have to leave, just say to me.
I have to leave after this. But
Okay, fine. Yeah, say your last things and leave. Thank you for staying.
Yeah, I remember freshman year, I went into Coach Prince's office, and I think it was after we had lost to LaSalle, and like, you know, like heartbreaking, you know, one of the greatest games I ever played, and we ended up losing in overtime. And he told me, you know, you guys have a really good class, and you know, senior year you could be the #1 ranked team in the nation. And you know, I remember that since then, and that's really.
He said that freshman year?
Yeah, he told me that freshman year, and you know, I swear to that. He told me, you know, you guys have a chance to be the #1 ranked team in the nation. You know, the team is, you know, he was talking to our class, and you know, we had a lot of good guys, and a lot of guys were going to get playing time sophomore year, and he pretty much told me, you know, like, your class, you know, you guys have to step up now, you know, this is going to become your team in the next few years, you know, referring to our class. And I think, you know, people really started to step up and working hard, and it's been in the back of my mind ever since, you know, winning and finishing the season as #1, you know, it's pretty unbelievable, you know, how our coaches, you know, saw that potential in us, and they really believed in us since, like, day 1. And, it's just another credit to how good our coaches are.
Yeah, just to expand on that, I honestly like remember freshman year talking to each other about like what we could do senior year if we just keep working, and like to actually do it's awesome. Like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I honestly like remember like talking like like we could do like if we keep working like we could do this and we do that like we could be ranked #1 like how cool it would be like we're good enough like we gotta get everyone to stay like. I don't know, it's crazy.
When the season started and you were #1, were you guys like, you know, chicks getting a prom date? Like, oh my fucking, we were #1. Like, I mean, what was it like to get that acknowledgement? Were you knew you were going to get it, or was it a surprise?
Yeah, not to be a dickhead, but I think we expected.
Okay, no, because if the talk was there, then you knew it.
Yeah.
Well, then when the spring before you heard it was the chatter, did you get excited at any point? Like, wow, it really happened? Did you get that moment? No, because you saw it coming so far.
I mean, I did it personally because I knew the ranking didn't mean shit before.
And that's true.
Like we're ranked in the preseason #1. Like,
right.
That's awesome. Like, who gives a fuck?
But like I said in the trailer, staying #1's harder than being #1.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't care about the ranking at all until it was over because like no one remembers you for what like you did in the beginning. Like the only stuff people remember is what you did last.
No, you're right. It doesn't matter who's winning in the beginning. It matters who wins.
Like like they were so good. Like no, like everyone like damn, like I can't believe like they lost. Like they had so many D1 kids and like they lost that game. That's the only thing like people would talk about us. But like
it's true.
So I knew I didn't really think I didn't really think much about the ranking until the end of the year.
I think it was more like let's go to work. Like let's actually do this.
Okay. Brent, you had your hand raised.
I was gonna say, like our sophomore year, I remember like Gilman, which is a school in Maryland, and LaSalle had like really high teams and a lot of D1 recruits, and they kind of, I don't want to say they choked, but they didn't really like reach their expectations, and I just kind of had that in the back of my mind the whole season and didn't want to like think about it too much and like put ourselves on like on a pedestal. if we didn't really step up to our expectations and what we really potentially could do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys never seem to have egos, never seem to have a big head. I still don't I haven't figured out that one. I don't know what kept you guys grounded, but, you know, I never seem to get you. I know you have to go, so why don't we wrap this up? 3 o'clock with your stuff. If you can tell, like, Rago, like, people who haven't seen, anyone that you guys think should be there, I leave it to you. No pads, it's just your stick. And then just your stick. And whatever shirt. You can even wear your, I mean, I don't care if you, maybe it'd be cool to wear a jersey. Do you guys have some of your jerseys?
No.
All right, you don't have any jerseys at all. I'm just trying to think. All right, then just wear whatever you want on top. I mean, what's that? If you have a Haverford shirt, it'd be best. I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, give you your off-the-field look thing, so. Right here.
No.
All right.
Oh, get on that, oh. It's too late break. Oh, you better get
Like one maybe line.
Yeah, but I mean, like throughout the year, though.
Malvern.
Yeah, it was like the last 2 games. I mean, I see what you're saying. Like, I agree. Like when it came down to
Oh, yeah,
it,
but
like,
for most of the season, yeah, it was 2 many months.
yeah. But like when it came down to like the finals and stuff, like it was a close game. We had like the same people.
But like that first main line played more than the other.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
throughout
that's
the
how
whole
yeah,
team though, there was a lot like
Yeah. Like
Also-
there wasn't much drop off.
Yeah.
Like between.
Compared to other teams, we definitely play like more overall like defense, offense, like middies attack. I think we like play a lot more guys than some of the teams.
Also, like in most games, we got like at the end of the games, we got like younger guys, maybe guys who didn't get to play a lot. Definitely got an opportunity to like, get on the field like a ton at the end of games. Like especially, I was thinking like maybe Penn Chart at the end of the year. Like the guys who played for like that was senior day. Like all the seniors got to get in there, and like there are a ton of seniors that like didn't really get to see as much time as they probably wanted to. But in that game especially, I think like everyone got to play, like all the seniors that game, and like probably like in the fourth quarter. Like the great thing about having so many guys that like you can really rely on is like everyone gets, you know, like when everyone's out there, you like pretty much trust everyone playing. Like, I mean, we had a backup goalie going to Dartmouth, and we had a bunch of solid defensemen. Like I don't know, just like defensively, like I know my brother and like Garmin, like when they get the opportunity to play, like I completely trust them. Like Scott Warren, like a bunch of those guys, and when they like go and you know there's not a lot of drop off. Is like what Vince was saying.
Before we go to the next games or anything, in general, the coaching in the team, from Nostrand down to the other guys, give me comments.
Athlete, but like we found a way to like manage and just to play the game the right way and stuff. But it's a lot different than other sports in terms of
definitely.
It's just you can't just be a raw athlete. You have to like know what you're doing. Just use your body to your advantage.
And it is.
No, we're definitely all gonna do it.
All right, I'll just.
Jersey Shore.
All right, my point is, we'll do the 3 o'clock thing, and if you guys are up for it and say it, we'll plan it, and we'll meet up at 9 or 10 whenever you guys are done your thing.
Yeah.
If not, we won't.
Yeah.
But I really think it's silly if you guys don't have a place to go. I don't know why you just don't come to my place and have a final little interview, talk, hang out, and I might not guys see you guys again. It'd be worth it. All right, so okay, I'm closing this up. Let's finish it. Thoughts about the last game, or even Lawrenceville, if you want to get into that, because I thought they were a hell of a team, to be honest. But I'm just going to freestyle it. You guys want to talk over each other, and then we'll get out of here. All right, so start.
Carl's got it.
You want me to start?
I mean, Carl's just doing a lot, and I want Carl to say a lot, but I want this to be a little even. Okay, go for it.
About the last like 55 or 58 seconds, I don't know, whatever, in the Malvern game, I remember like I came up to Carl and just out of time I was like, dude, we have to score. Like, what are we gonna do? He's like, we got this. And I'm like, all right. You remember that? You saying that? I was just like, it was.
And was that unusual for him to do that, or something like to express a sentiment like that, or was that weird?
I mean, like I also said like no, I was like yeah, like we got time. Like
Yeah,
there was literally like 58 seconds left, and I don't know why. It was right after we read the ball back, but like I just felt like we were gonna win. And I looked at Matt and I was like, like we got time, and like I knew because it would have been bad to panic. But, like with 58 seconds left, it's a lot of time. You can get a good shot out of it, and instead of like just taking it and someone going to the goal right away, we worked it around, and like we used all the time we could, and it worked out. So.
And you, before that timeout, you let the ball down, and you looked a little bit discouraged from my point of view. That shot of you before the timeout, like dropping the ball down, and you didn't look angry. You just looked dejected. Did you feel dejected before that timeout? It was around the 3-minute mark. I don't know if you remember it. It's in the trailer where you just dropped the ball for the ref. It's a pretty cool shot, I think.
Yeah.
It says, "Are they destined to lose?" But my point is, do you remember any discouragement that you overcame? Any of you?
Like the whole last fourth quarter, like going into the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, there's plenty of time left. I'm not worried about it. And then every time we would get on offense, we just couldn't get a goal. And I remember looking down because I was attacked, so I had to sit, at the midfield line, and I could see the clock. I'd look up and there's 10 minutes left, and our defense is still playing. They make a save, and I'm like, okay, we still got time. We don't score. Then it was like 8 minutes left. We didn't. Still got time. All the way down to it's like about like 2 or 3 minutes left. And then we get the ball back, and then I still thought we had time. And then the only time I felt panic, which was like Warner said, was after St. Joe's in overtime. This is probably the first time all year I actually felt like a little panicked and a little nervous that this one might slip away. But I remember them throwing a pass, and I saw Gorn right there, and I just ran up, and we ended up jumping that kid and getting the ball back. And like I said, after that, I wanted to go, and it was like we still have time. And once we got the ball back, I felt like a relief. But that little 10-second period there is probably like the worst 10 seconds of the season for me, because that's when I really thought, like we need to go like right now. We might lose this one.
And you guys lost possession in 58 seconds. If I recall, I could be wrong. I think I am wrong, but it was off of a rebound of a shot that someone missed. I don't know who took it right before that 58 mark. Yeah. I don't know who it was. You had tried to do your goal and it didn't work earlier in the game. I wonder if anyone has any other thoughts about that time. Like, did you give up? Did what he say inspire you? Focus. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you can like look.
Carl Warath, number 9, play attack.
Cool. I should have asked you guys where you're going to college, but whatever.
We were twins separated at birth.
Okay, well, we can just do the college thing quick, but go on. All right, and you can maybe at the end say your college if you want. All right, and
welcome.
And guys, we're gonna do okay because you didn't say your he's gonna say his name, but CK is all we ever hear. Yeah. So name, nickname, number, position.
Oh yeah, we got.
All right, so it's all right. Let's just start with CK.
John
all right.
Russo.
All right, and 3 and 2 and 1, and you can look for it.
Connor Kelly. Everyone calls me CK. Number 8. I play goalie. I'm going to Notre Dame.
Excellent. All right, Joe, we'll do you. All right, hold on a second. Let me just get your focus. Perfect. Look at me and do it.
Joe McCallion. Plethora of nicknames. Number 3. And I'm going to University of Pennsylvania. Play midfield. Face-offs.
Cool. All right, to you. Hold on. Let me get you. You got the toughest lighting. All right. All right. Good. Hold on. We had you. Hold on. You got the toughest lighting here. All right. Through it. Wait. Can someone give me him a little bit more light towards Matt? Just that one towards. Throw it a little bit towards his face. A little bit towards his face. Yeah. Towards right. Yeah, right at his face if you can. Yeah. Right, Matt. There we go. Good. Good. Okay. Very good. All right. All right, Matt. In 1 second, Matt. Ready? Hold on a second. Good. 3. Hold on. 3, 2, and damn. Is that really right at his face? I guess it is. All right. 3, 2, 1, and you look at me this way, like that. All right. Hold on. And now you're out of focus. Okay. And okay. Cool.
All right. Matt Walters. I play midfield. I really don't have a nickname, but number 7.
Yeah. Start from the top. Your number and where you're going to college.
Oh, number 7.
Start at the top.
Start all over.
Yeah, Matt Mulders. Yeah, go from
Matt
there.
Walters 7, midfield. Go.
Yep. Go for it.
All right. Matt Walters, number 7. I'm a midi, and I'm going to Syracuse.
Cool. And let me just get you up. 3, 2, and wherever you're gonna sit. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. I have you focused and cool. Yeah, look at me.
Chris Huffeld. I'm a tackman. I'm number 22, and everyone calls me Hup.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Where are you going to school?
You going to Penn?
Where are you going to school?
Sorry, you guys do it again.
College.
And I'm going to Penn.
Let's try it as like a one take. Everything like name, rank, serial number. Boom. I'm Haverford, a number, yeah. And I'm going to Penn. In one shtick. We'll go back. Ready to go. Just yeah, and then I'll go way back, and then we'll be done. And go.
I'm Chris Huffeld. I'm a tackman. I'm number 22, and I'm going to the University of Pennsylvania.
Awesome. And one more time, Matt. Hold on.
Oh, say, I'm Chris Huffeld. Everyone calls me Hop. I wear number 22. I'm midfield. Everybody
Do it. You got it.
I got it. Let's go. Trying to do something.
All right, Matt. Hold on here. I got you, Matt. Good. Right there. And wait, let me focus you. Just gonna do it again, and
Oh, you want me to do mine?
yeah, because everyone's gonna do it one more time. With your problem is, I want you to move a little bit that way because that back light is killing all your light. There we go. That's it right there. All right, cool. Now just do it one more time. 3, and 2, and 1, and do it. Cool.
Matt Walters, I'm a midfielder. I'm number 7, and I'm going to Syracuse.
Excellent. All right, cool. Joe, one more time.
We're doing nicknames or not?
Yeah, do nickname. Whatever you want. Just it's like the one shot intro.
Joe Wilcox. I will die. Dude.
Okay, cool.
And you say you would.
And action.
I'm Joe McCallion. I'm number 3. I'm a midfielder. I have a ton of nicknames, and I'm going to University of Pennsylvania.
Cool. Did he say his number?
Yeah.
Okay, he did? Okay, cool. Forgot. All right, CK.
Are you doing this?
Yep, last time. You'll ever have to do it.
Everyone calls me CK.
Yeah, Warner calls me CK.
And
Just going ever?
Yep.
Connor Kelly. I'm number 8. Everyone calls me CK. I'm a goalie. I'm going to Notre Dame.
Yes, dude.
Excellent. Carl.
Carl
Yeah.
Warath, number 9, attack, going to Virginia.
Excellent. And
I'm Warner Bailey. Everyone calls me Russo. I'm number 5. I play defense, and I'm going to Georgetown.
done.
Brendan
And
McGrath, I go by Huff. Number 11, I'm a midfielder, and I'm going to Princeton.
awesome.
Right at the camera.
The name's up.
Say, I like.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. Go on. Who cares? Go on.
Vince Garman. Everyone calls me Garms or Garmin. Number 13. I play defense, and I'm going to High Point University.
Okay, done. All right, since it's getting hot, I don't want to keep you guys in here too long because you guys are giving me tomorrow at 3, and we can always do a little bit right after that. Let's do 5 more minutes, and we're done.
But just one more time to get together. I haven't had a drink out of that cup yet, so when you guys leave, that cup will be filled with adult beverages. You guys accomplished something that nobody else has ever done, certainly at Haverford. And I read my quote in the paper today, and I stand by it. We were tough, and we were unselfish, and guys didn't care about themselves. And in sport, that's the most important thing. Okay, and you guys go home and you sit around the dinner table. You know, your parents are like, well, how come you weren't on Man Up, or how come you didn't play, whatever. You guys put all that stuff aside and did what you needed to do. And we were 23-0 and the best team in the country. And in my mind, probably the best lacrosse team ever to play the game since they started doing all this stuff. And no one will ever be able to take that away from you. So you guys do all your stuff. You do Under Armour, you do the under 19, and guys don't make it. Well, guess what? People don't like people that are good. They don't like people that are successful. So Philly is one of the best regions in the country this year. We have 5 guys try out, and nobody makes the team. How many Long Island guys made it? 10. Are you shitting me? Okay. So I got on the phone. I talked to people. Do I need to go? It's like being a father. Do I need to go evaluate the U19 so 2 guys get on the team? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And if people don't have enough integrity, and if people are going to be bullied by other people to put other people on the team, then they can have what they have. No one will ever be able to take away what we did as a school as a team. You know, I don't know how you guys did it. I don't know how you got through Wilson Hall, how you got through Garnet Valley and whenever that was, the Bailey brothers and Matt Walters. Okay, but we did. Maybe we were all one step ahead of the law. That's okay, because when push came to shove, we did it the right way. We played hard. We made plays when we needed to make plays, and then at the end, when we did what we did, we had one guy stand out the side of the huddle. And I'll remember this forever. And it was Carl. He's like, "Just don't panic. Just hey, everyone, don't worry about anything." And in his own mind, for the first time, and I've been telling him for years, I'm like, "Dude, why don't you just play so hard that when you walk off the field, everyone's like, who is that guy?" And he did it a lot, but he really did it that night. And in his own way, he's like, don't panic, don't panic. And really what he was saying to all you guys is like, get the fuck out of my way and give me the ball. Okay? And the coaches knew that. I knew that. And he scored 2 goals within 40 seconds. And it was awesome. So the senior leadership this year was unbelievable. And my wife, who just went to get hot dog and hamburger rolls, says, you know, she said to me all summer, from May till now, it's over when I say it's over. So to me, tonight kind of brings everything together, but it's still not over. But for the younger guys, why can't we do it again next year? Like why wouldn't we be the #1 team in the country? Why won't we do it again next year? We have the talent, we have the farm system, we have people coming in. So we're probably gonna do it again, you know. But you guys got to break your ass. Some of the rising seniors, you better start showing up and start doing your stuff. But tonight's a celebration of everybody. We got Scudder. How the hell did he get into Lehigh? How did Chris Ryan transfer from Pitt to Lehigh? Annesley's at St. Joe's. Scranton. Liam, Notre Dame. Anytime Notre Dame recruits our guys, they're all Jewish. All right, Liam's the first Catholic guy they recruited, so he went. All right, you know, we had guys that wouldn't go. So you guys have the world in front of you, the young guys, older guys. Get it done. Don't forget your base. Don't forget what Coach Lovey and Coach Patron, Coach Marcel, and Coach O'Grady taught you. Because the bottom line is, if you work hard, nobody can take that away from you. And that cup right there, T, I'm going to get that cup. And I'm going to hold this thing up. Did you show me? I'm going to say that this thing is the culmination, and I'm in very good shape, of a lot of hard work. God bless you guys. Thank you very much. We got t-shirts, we got medals. It's quarter off. They look like belts. Oh my God. Only guys who are on our actually blue shirt. We got large. All right. Here's the slow. Large and double X. We got 2 X's. We don't have full backs.
There you go, take it to that.
Why don't we do this by fast, guys?
Yeah, alright, seniors, see you, bro. Redshirt juniors. Yeah.
I'll take the triple X.
Alright, guys, XL and large. Borax, you got the large. Really, Mike, get the large. XLs, I have the XL.
About like Matt, for example, that wasn't, you tried everything that game and nothing seemed like was working for you. What was that game like for you, for example?
It was so frustrating. But
And how?
That's why it helps. That's why we were so good, because we have so many great players on the team. Like, I literally, like, I'm not really talking about myself. I'm saying, like, I painted like where I shot. Like, I was like, alright, I'm gonna shoot the top left. Like, he saved it. Top right, he saved it. Like, here, he saved it. Here, he saved it. Like, he had me all over, and I think I shoot like on the harder side. Like most
Certainly.
people.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, what? I like no idea. Like, I can't put the ball in the net right now. So, I guess like I think I was the one actually giving a shot it, and like I missed with like the 58 seconds left, and that's when I was like, shit. Like, I might have just like blown the season for like our whole entire team. Like, they rode the ball back, they got back, and it was just great. And Carl stepped up. It was awesome.
And now let's take Joe. I mean, the two things happened with the face-off. Number one was the guy winning and you not giving up and checking him and getting the ball off. What was? Tell me about that experience. I mean, he won the thing and you didn't give up. That's kind of, you seem to do that a lot, not like being scrappy. Can you tell me about that?
Well, basically, like, this whole game, like, I don't know if you've ever had the feeling that, like, you know, you're supposed to win or something's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I have.
But, you know, going into this game, like, I thought we were supposed to win. And, like, I could envision myself, you know, after the game, like, you know, we were going to win. And, you know, with, like, 58 seconds left, they had the ball, you know, it just didn't seem right. Like, you know, like, this isn't supposed to happen. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, you know, I seriously, it was like, you know, I just couldn't believe what was happening. And, you know, Carl came up big, had a nice goal, and it was just another face-off. And it was a part of the face-off, which is the draw, and then, you know, there's a ground ball, which it squirted out. He got it, put it behind him, and, you know, I was just like, you know, like, I'm getting the ball, like, and, you know, I thought he got it first, but I went to check his stick, so the ball came out. That happened, then it went the other way, and, you know, I just wanted, I mean, I think if anyone else was in my position, they would have done the same thing, you know, just fight for the ball, and you know, whoever wants it more is going to get it, and I really wanted it, and we got the ball, and that's...
But, like, you know, so many guys here are talented at lacrosse, and anyone could be a good face-off person. You were the face-off guy, and I came in late to the season, and I know I'm ignorant about a lot, but it seems like all you guys have your skill sets, and maybe one of yours is this, like, grittiness where it's not even that you have any more talent than anyone else. You just won't give up. It's like a tenaciousness. Is that accurate, or do you guys agree about what I'm saying about why you're a good, like, face-off guy? That's what I saw in you. You know, this just like, I'm not going to give up kind of thing, which I can say about all of you, but especially with the like, there's something about it that was perfect for you. It seemed like Chris Flynn is a guy from back in the day with my brother's friend, and he was like you a lot. Just like he was just so intense about trying to get that ball, and I'm just curious if it's a personality trait, if it's an athletic, as an athlete, if that's who you are.
Okay. He came to our team for one, like, I don't want to spill film.
Boom.
Because, like,
Don't fucking put them.
because he's like, I don't know, he's like a big guy in the cross
And he's a friend of Nostrand's,
yeah,
right?
but he came, like, I personally don't like him. Like, he came to, you know, Haverford for 1 year. I thought he was a great coach. I was so psyched to work with him, you know. He, like, talked about, you know, how he could make me better and all this stuff, and then, you know, he helped me, but then, like, he left and went to Malvern next year, and I was just like, what, like,
Right.
why is he at Malvern? And then he would use, like, everything against us. Like, he knew all of our plays because of last year. He knows our tendencies. Like, he stalled against us. So I just, like, didn't like what he did. I felt like he, like,
zone.
like, I understand he wanted, I understand he wanted, like, a job in Malvern, and, like, it's, like, business, so it's not personal, but, like, to me, like, that's just the way I took it, and I was kind of pissed.
I agree with that.
And Nostrand's and him is best. They are best friends now.
They are good friends. I think,
really agree
like,
with that.
Yeah.
You don't agree with what part?
With what he said.
Okay. Do you mind saying anything?
I don't want this to be.
All
I don't
right.
want this to
How
be on
about
camera either.
something you can say on camera that's
I mean,
maybe more diplomatic but
all I would
truthful?
say is that bad.
Okay.
Like, how do you throw one guy out and, like, not the other guy, too? Like, that just didn't make any sense.
Well, tell me what happened. Give me context again. What the incident that occurred was?
Me and one of the defensemen got tied up in a ground ball, and he was like holding my stick, and I tried to get my stick free, and what was a push looked like a punch to the ref. I don't know, because one of my hands might have come off his stick, but so he blew the whistle and he threw me out of the game. I thought that, you know, if he was going to call it, that's fine, but the other kid should have been thrown out too, but it is what it is, and I got thrown out of the game. And that was a really bad part of the season for me, because, you know, I'm sitting on the sideline, and in a game that I thought we were going to win, and I was confident. I'm sitting back there, and I'm thinking, you know, if we lose this game, you know, I got kicked out, then I'm going to feel pretty bad about myself. But
And you didn't throw a I mean, all honesty, you didn't throw a punch? You
No,
didn't throw a
I didn't-
punch?
I didn't throw a
Nah, I
punch.
can't see you throwing a punch,
Yeah.
frankly. I mean, out of anger, I can see you. I can see you hitting a guy, but I can't see you losing your cool and hitting a guy. Like, that's just dumb.
No, yeah.
I'm serious. Hitting someone on the field is different than a punch.
Yeah, but like I said, I wasn't nervous, but I wanted to help my team out so bad, and I remember being on the sideline and just going absolutely crazy on the sideline. It was like a different experience for me because I did play a lot, so when I wasn't on the field, that game being on the sideline was just as special to me. I was going crazy with everyone, and you really get to see how much all the guys on the sideline care, and I always believed in that. I think everyone on the team cared from top to bottom, but on the sideline it was just so intense, and everyone wanted to be in there. I remember talking to Brent Tomlinson, and he actually said, I want to help out so bad, I want to get in there, and I was like, dude, I feel the same way, and he ended up going in and scoring a pretty big goal, and it was huge. It was like a turning point, and he came back out, and I was, dude, that's awesome. You went in and you wanted to score, and you got a big goal for us, and we ended up winning that game. So.
Okay. CK. Talk about CK. Why is he a good goalie? Goalie, probably toughest position on the field. What do you guys think?
I guess when I was a freshman and sophomore, I hung around Danny McGreiser because he was our goalie, and he was great at stopping the ball, but one of his downfalls, at least in high school, was he wasn't an awesome clearing goalie and didn't really totally take control of defense. Don't get me wrong, he was an awesome goalie, but I think that the difference between him and CK is CK will he'll tell you where you're supposed to be at all times. If you're the hot guy, he'll tell you exactly where you're supposed to slide, and then on clears he'll call your name, he's throwing you the ball. So it's just he helps you kind of slow down the game a little bit in your head when you're on defense, and then clearing wise, I don't think I've ever been around a better clearing goalie. So it's just.
So it's kind of like the intelligence of a quarterback, quarterbacking the defense.
Game man's body.
Right. I mean, I mic'd CK1 practice, and it was Greek. Just all the language, all the words.
So much about,
And I know a little about lacrosse, but it was still so intensively, it was this vernacular I didn't even know, and it was quick, and it was very intelligent. And he was processing information so quickly. I think that must be the difference with great goalies it's a mental thing as much as it's physical. Would you agree? I mean, not to get you into it, but would you agree it's as mental as it is physical?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of cerebral stuff also.
Okay. All right. Anyone else talk about CK real quick? Yeah.
Well, can I say something about Haverford?
Sure.
Okay,
And then CK.
Yeah. I think Help's a great player, but one of my favorite parts about his style and his game, what he does is when he rides the ball. I know that when the defense has the ball and they're trying to clear, I know that if he's on my attack line, he's gonna give everything he can to ride the ball back, and we take a lot of pride in that. A few times we would meet with the attack, me, Hup, Rego, and Gavin. We would say, we want to ride the ball so hard next game, and we want to be known for going all out on the ride and making plays on the ride and doing whatever we can to help our team, and riding is a big part of the game. I think Hup does a great job in that. You can always expect him to go all out on the ride.
Okay. CK. Well, yeah, no, yeah. Please say about Hup, please. No. Please say about Hup.
One thing with Hub is just how competitive he is, and it's not just lacrosse. It's pickup basketball. It's video
these
games.
games.
He's not gonna stop until he wins, and if he loses to his brother in video games, he will keep playing him until he wins. And just like that type of mentality, brought it to the lacrosse field and practice every day. Riding people back, Warner just slashing defenders.
Bro.
A little payback for some of the punishment he takes, but just how competitive he is just makes him a great player.
Great. Other things about CK, and then we'll go to the next guy. Anything else?
Can I say one thing about
Yeah.
the EA game?
Sure, please. Whatever you want to say about anything, it's fine.
Yeah. The EA game, I think that was what's that?
No, it's not going.
Go.
I was gonna say, I think the EA game. It's probably one of our worst games we played together as a team. It was probably one of our biggest moments because losing Carl whenever I forget when exactly he got kicked out, but Carl's been the best player in the year for the past 2 years. So losing, obviously this team is very talented, but losing your best overall player for the past 2 years was was something really big to overcome because obviously we have enough talent to beat them. It was just damn, now we got to do it without Carl because he's always been there, playing. He's been playing as a freshman. So I think kids stepped up. Like Carl said, Brent stepped up. The defense stepped up, gave us a lot of possession at the end, and Gavin McBride stepped up because it was me, him, and Rego, and because Gavin played like a good amount, but he didn't have that. His role increased when Carl got out. So I think that was a really big time for the team when that happened.
Okay, great point. And when we talk about, let's talk about. We'll save Carl. Let's just go with Carl right now. So talk about Carl as a player. Since you're already talking, you want to talk about Carl a little bit, real quick, and then we'll get through everybody, real quick. I'm at Hup talking about Carl.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl and I have been playing together since 8th grade. Before a lot of these kids got here, and it was always me and him on attack. And since I've been playing with him, he's always been an unbelievable attacker. He can always beat his guy, get to the cage. He's always has his head up, which is it's so nice playing with an awesome attackman, because when you're playing with someone that can get you the ball, it just makes you that much better. And because the best of you really comes out, because he's so good at beat his guy, and it allows me to play my game and get open and finish, and same with Rego. It just makes everyone better when someone's like that.
Your styles seem different. He does a lot of behind behind the goal. You seem to have a great outside shot that you prefer, or you come across am I analyzing correctly that you guys have your styles really, or no?
Yeah, we definitely have our styles. Carl likes to take his guy from X a lot. I like doing that too, but he dodges a lot more than I do in games. But as far as actual beating his man, he's definitely one of the best players I played with.
Okay. Other people about Carl? Go. Okay. I'll just go to you. Right here.
Just one thing about Carl and Hup, they always are on the same page and stuff. You always one always knows where the other one is. And me and Carl went to school together from 4th through 7th grade. Then he came here in 8th grade, and I came here in freshman year. And he's always been freakishly athletic. I don't know if some of you guys know, Carl didn't start playing sports till 5th grade, and he stepped on the field and was the best player that I've ever seen. And his first football game in 7th grade, he had, I remember it, because it was funny. He had 3 carries for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and
really?
It was just hilarious. And he's just always been freakishly athletic, and even tonight in the alumni game, just always been.
I didn't know that. I want to get into that with you. Individually, that's a late start for an athlete to be that as good as you are at athletics to start at 5th grade. That's wild. You were saying about Carl?
I was just gonna say a lot of our other players, he's really unassuming and unselfish, but when it comes down to the wire, he always wants the ball on the stick, and he's really competitive. So it's awesome to have him on our team. So.
His parents, I told his parents that he had given some nice speeches before a couple of big games, and they were floored. So either he doesn't talk much to his parents, they don't really know him, or something came out of Carl that was unique. What was that about? Was that typical of Carl to give those speeches, or was that something that was kind of a surprise? And there was a nice breeze that just came in.
Yeah, I think in some of the interact games, which weren't as close, Penchard and stuff,
he did it for his own reasons, money wise, or he wanted the head coaching opportunity job. It doesn't, but that's still, it doesn't take away from the fact that he's going to our biggest rival. It's tough. I know I wasn't there when Metzbauer was there, so kind of when I came back, I guess it was a little different for me. But just knowing these guys and knowing how they feel, talking to my brother about it, and pretty much talking to everyone on the team, I can get a feel that that's. It kind of felt like everyone felt a little getting stabbed in the back, and it was just it was his personal opinion, or his personal, he has reasons for it. What he did in his mind is definitely right, maybe in a lot of people's minds, but it still doesn't take away the fact that we feel some people feel maybe it's kind of
You felt hurt, you felt betrayed a little bit, okay.
Not to mention, we won, so we don't really care as much, but I think if we would have lost to him in the way we would have lost him, them stalling and, playing tight zone and, not just playing us straight up, even though that was their best game plan. I think people would be a lot more pissed off. People would be voicing the fact that he was the guy, he left our team and then he ruined our season if they would have beat us. So
I hate the way they played, but to be honest, they played to their strengths. Their strength is face-offs and possession, and they're a really smart team. But I hate the way they play. I think it's bad for the game. But as far as strategy goes, they play to their strengths, and they know they had the best shot to beat us like that way, and they did. And I mean, if they played us athletic, no, they can't hang with us athletically. Like in transition, they won't do it. So that's the way they have to play if they're going to beat us. Like.
Speaking of all that, their ability to control the ball, and their ability with face-offs. Number 1, 58 seconds. And if you look right here, okay, go.
I'm Warner Bailey, number 5, and I play defense.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Nobody went down the shore this summer, or no?
I think they were like number 2 last year, weren't they?
Yeah, when we played them last year.
Preseason.
Yeah, they're always really good.
They're always a great team. So.
And what was the score of the St. Paul's game?
10-9.
10-9.
Yeah, they scored with like a couple seconds left though.
Under 30 seconds.
Under 30-second defense.
Terrible.
Well, could you guys just take me through the ending of that game, or like the most exciting parts, real quick? However.
Probably losing at halftime, right?
Yeah,
we were losing at halftime, and that was probably like the biggest part of the game, just because we came in the season so hyped up, and like we're already losing at halftime. It's like Jesus, but throughout the whole season, I don't think we ever were nervous at halftime. 'Cause, yeah, if you look at our schedule, we were down at halftime a lot. It's not really a big deal.
Almost every game I was at, you almost were down at halftime. What did it feel like in general to always be behind the 8 ball and you always pulling it out? Did you ever get nervous? Did you always have that confidence? Well, where'd that come from? Not panicking.
I think probably the more it happened, like the more it was easy to like get past the fact that we're down like 1 or 2 goals. Like when it comes down to the really competitive games like Malvern and stuff like that, he like shows that he's a leader in the field and like wants to have the ball in his stick. So.
And the speeches, I just noticed those in the beginning. A guy who I was trying to size up and seem quiet really had these speeches. Was that just something that came from your heart, or you knew you were going to say it? I mean, I guess I'll ask you, Carl.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, some of it. I just really care for the team, and I wanted to win so bad. And sometimes you just think of things, and you're like, I want to mention it to the team. I want to try to motivate them. I want to tell them how I feel about our team, and hoping they feel the same way. That I care a lot about our team, and I want us to win. And I want us to work hard. And
well, what you said that was very profound. I don't know if you remember, was that you talked to them very beyond your years, in the sense that you were trying to remind kids, which is the problem with all youth, is that you don't realize what you have till it's over.
Yeah.
Someone just said, I wish I could have my senior year over, because you don't know how great it is till it's over. And which is, as a 40-year-old man, trust me, it's quite true. So my point is, you seem to be aware of that. You're like, guys, this is amazing. Realize what's happening. You said that.
Yeah.
And then you ended up being a big part of you weren't the only reason, but you were a big reason why you guys were successful. So for all of you, did that sink in, the fact that you were eerily, like psychically almost saying, like, guys, this is it right here, and then it became it. It became the biggest moment of your athletic lives that night. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, do you guys realize now what you had, or what you almost lost, or what you've gained, like philosophically, spiritually, or even psychologically? Do you have any thoughts on it? Because when it's happening, it's like it's happening. But now it's over, do you have any, like, wow, that was fucking nuts, what happened? I guess I'm asking you that question. Do you guys realize what amazing things you did?
Yeah, we talked about it, like, at least I talked about it with some of the guys on the team, like, how important this is, and, like, what we are doing and what we can do. We talked about, like, how we'll remember this for the rest of our lives. And we knew that from most of the season, but sometimes we just needed to echo it again through our team. Like,
okay.
I think we talked about it a lot before the season and during, so like how awesome it'd be to go undefeated. But I don't really think we really realized how important it was until we actually did it. Because it's like, wow, like we actually just like played the toughest schedule in the country and we actually did it. Because it's like because we always knew we had a shot, but like actually doing it really hit hard when we did.
What did it feel like a late night on that night after Malvern? I mean, when you're take away everything, all the whatever. How'd it feel?
Great night. Garmin stepped up big.
Yeah,
Garm.
Biggest play of the season.
So I had a party at my house, and like I didn't drink or anything. I didn't drink or anything that night. I did smoke a little bit, but like,
guys, it's not, I do bong hits every night. Trust me, that's no big deal. That's no big deal. Alright, I gotta put it in.
So like for me, like walking around, like I was just like thinking a lot, like walking around at like.
I mean, no one went for senior week or anything.
No, I went. We've been down the last 3 weekends.
Not the last 3, but I mean I have. You were
But together, you guys haven't
Okay,
been.
so I've been down 2 minutes. Yeah, we've been down like 3. We're actually going down this weekend too. Yeah, that's why we're not going to be on.
All right. Well, will you please bring your iPhone 4 or something and just film some shit?
Yeah.
Please. And again, we'll talk. You don't have to give me the footage. You can.
Who was that video? It was after that babies.
Oh.
You guys like party?
That was so.
Wait, which one? Or we
like got like real low to the ground.
Oh, at Jimmy's house?
Yeah, someone got a video.
That's after McDonald's.
It's definitely.
Good time.
Okay, hold on a second. 2 minutes. I'm just getting shots. Just a little conversation.
D. This weekend we are getting so.
I think it's so JT.
Why do you have to go up so early? I mean, thing without their. Okay, last couple shots, and then we'll just talk about the ending, and that'll be it. Gather your thoughts for real. Like, I turned this machine off. I just want thoughts about that game, and I want farts now gone. And just, all right, ready?
Condom.
Yeah. All right. Ready? 5, 3. Why come you guys didn't have a senior week together, God? With what you accomplished, you think you guys would have a senior week house?
Our problem with our friends that no one. We're extremely organized. We're bad at it. Terrible.
You're bad at organizing. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, someone had to sign a lease, which no.
No, I mean, none of our parents.
Who would have signed it?
No, we weren't. We did the house.
That's what he's asking. Like, do
Yes. Our own house. Our own house. Oh, our own house?
Oh yeah. Why well, you guys get one for the week
Well, I'm
somewhere?
saying all of us were in that house.
He was asking.
There's no chance all of us could fit there.
Yeah, that would have been the worst idea. I would have asked my money back the first day. I would have been like, I don't even have a bed or like my own room to put my clothes in.
It worked out. For sure.
Yeah, but we're not staying in it.
Oh, but just asking why do we don't?
Oh, yeah.
This is not working at all. I can't even challenge you.
Just because you're such friends and like it's the end of an era. You know, it's the end of an era. You know?
This is the end of our season, man. I mean, like it was just like that was probably the first time all year, besides maybe the end of St. Joe's Prep, that I thought we had a chance of losing. Like being down at halftime all the times, like you look back, you look at the guys on the sideline, you look at the guys on the field, you look at your coach, you're like, we got this. Like, you know, we've been put in position of adversity before, and this is not like abnormal, but not to that extent. Like that, the way that game was played was so different than any other game that we've been down, because we were down until 32 seconds left, obviously, and then we tied it up. But it was just, we played the whole game. I feel like we talk about this a lot, like all year, like afraid to make mistakes, kind of like afraid to lose. And that's we got away from that a little bit in the beginning, and I felt like even in Lawrenceville a little bit, I felt like myself talking for myself, like trying to like prevent myself from making mistakes, like to screw up something that would have been so great, that is so great. It just would have been, you know, a little. I mean, I guess we played it differently, and that was the first time I thought that we could have actually lost a game all year.
But how did you? They made that clear it was over. So how did that clear not happen? Because they screwed up, or because you guys did something right?
Read the shit out of it.
I mean, Hupp made a great check, right? I mean, it's a couple people.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know. I saw a few people involved. I'm just saying that was the moment it changed. Had that not happened, it would have been over.
I mean, like
that clear.
All I'm saying is like our attackmen all year, like we work out in so much in practice, like riding, and I like Hupp, Rego, Gavin, Carl, like all those guys, they will go balls to the wall, like most.
I'm happy we didn't make it and like stay in the house for especially when they were originally trying to jib us over.
400 bucks.
Yeah, no, they definitely. Yeah, the reason why we don't do that is no one would sign
I hear you.
None of our parents would.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
When you showed me that.
I would love to, like the next couple of years, maybe our parents will like relax a little bit. Maybe
Seriously.
Dude, I'm changing the subject. Say, you know, when you showed me.
Oh, well, I thought I was talking to him about this.
Yeah, they showed me. You just love
Like your Macklemore?
I said, yeah.
And just to make it clear, because we're doing this tonight, we're not going to get together tomorrow night. You guys don't want to come and have an area at my place to chill, or you don't, because I don't care. I'm just offering it, and it's no. So it's cool.
You give Hupp a ride, he's game.
Nah, it's no problem. I mean, I want you guys to be safe. I'm just saying, though, I'm not going to bring it up or even bother with it if it's not something you want to do. If it is, okay.
Brennan McGrath, I'm number 11, and I play midfield.
2-1.
I'm Warner Bailey, number 5, and I play defense.
Cool. Right,
The name's Hupp.
and 3, 2, 1. Action. Right. But let's start from St. Paul's. You take me from the last
Did you get
couple
the first
goals.
part?
Sorry,
Film? Did you get those guys?
Yeah.
I did, but let's just do it again real quick. St. Paul's, they were
Play us, and if I was in their shoes, I would want to beat the number one team. We actually got to do that freshman year. We beat Loyola, who's the number one team. Like, it's an amazing feeling. And anytime you play, a really good team, especially a team ranked higher than you get up for the game, and they're gonna be excited. So, I think early on, everyone's adrenaline's pumping, and the emotions of the game kind of take over. Eventually, the game starts to flatten out, and it's more involved in coaching and actually playing the game. But a lot of the first half of the game is just really upbeat, and there's turnovers, and it's kind of hectic because everyone's so amped up.
okay. Anyone else?
Also, I think the fact that we had so much depth kind of helped us in the second half because teams would come out going for us, and everyone would be all out and adrenaline and everything. But then once things got settled down, like Carl said, everyone would start to get tired in the second half on other teams, but we still had all our depth. Everyone was fresh, and that's when we kind of just killed teams in the third and fourth quarter.
How many lines did you guys play? Whether it was middies, I mean, I know tax usually it's not really lines, but do you guys do anything unconventional? Do you guys use more people than normal teams did?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Because he needs money. It's a head coaching job. It's a lot more money. I would
I didn't like the way you left.
The passion part, what makes you? I'm sorry, go. You love
I
it.
just really like lacrosse a lot
Enjoy it.
because everyone plays so different. If you especially watching the game a lot, everyone throws different. Everyone catches different. Everyone has their own playing style, what they're good at, and I really like that because I feel like Brendan said earlier, in other sports such as football, it's more no, do it this way, but in lacrosse it's much more do whatever you work. I know the kids on our team, but look at Joey Sankey. He's one of the top attackmen in our class, and how tall was he? 5'5". But the kid can flat out play, and whatever gets it done, and I really love that.
Okay, that's awesome. I keep saying this, Dan, but you guys keep bringing things up. When you see little kids playing lacrosse, do you see yourselves? Yeah, for example, at the camp. Do you see the future of lacrosse? I see the future of lacrosse being huge, doubling every year.
Right.
Do you see kids being better as young kids? Do you see yourselves in these young kids? Do you see any, when you watch this in 20 years, maybe this will make it, do you have any thoughts about the future of lacrosse? Because I feel you guys are the tipping point of lacrosse, really. I hope this movie contributes to that. But as you're thinking of it, you seem to have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, even just looking around your neighborhoods and just driving around, looking at houses, I see a lot more lacrosse nets around, and it's just so different. When I started playing, not many people knew about lacrosse and what it even was, and you can see it growing a lot. And down the beach, I remember when I first started playing, I brought down my lacrosse stick to mess around with, and then now when I go down, if I don't see at least 2 or 3 lacrosse sticks on the beach, I'll be surprised. And even in the college game, I think it's growing a lot. If you look at all the top teams, you have good teams in North Carolina, good teams in Virginia, Maryland, PA, New York, just all off the East Coast, and Denver was a great team that went to the Final Four, and you can really see it growing. And even with recruiting, recruiting is getting a lot faster, and I think that's just because the game is getting bigger and it's getting more competitive, and I think it's the type of athlete, and I think that people are getting bigger, stronger, and faster because there's becoming a better and bigger pool of athletes, and like I said, recruiting wise, teams are going after guys harder, and it's gonna. I hope eventually, it gets to the point where it's like football and basketball. And recruiting is so serious in the sense that your floor will be covered with male, because there's a lot of teams, and I think that proves why it's growing because recruiting is really speeding up, and I think that's a good reason why.
Okay. Great. Anyone else? Final thoughts about anything? Because I want to let you guys go. I feel horrible that I've kept this long. But any last thoughts about anything? The game, the season, the movie, things that you think I should keep in mind as I do this? I mean, criticisms, suggestions, whether it's on or off camera, I can turn it off, whatever. This is the time to talk. And I welcome anything you have to say. In terms of, what's the message of this film? I mean, what's the message of your team? What should someone in Missouri watching this come away with? I know that's kind of a heavy thing to ask, but I want to know what you think. You guys are all smart guys. What should someone take away from this besides that you're great at this game? And you guys are really close as individuals. Is there anything else, that you want to teach the world or tell the world?
Well, something maybe for the film to take away. What we had was like the magic that you talk about, it was like pure and genuine, and like you don't really find that because like a lot of this world is pretty corrupt and like PC and stuff like that. And you can tell our coaches aren't and stuff. Like they tell how it is, and what we had was pretty awesome.
Yeah, very special. I mean, I just hope, well, you want your families and kids and it won't go downhill, but this is something that you'll never get again, you know, and that's good.
I don't know. They gotta figure that out. I think he plays like a pussy, but like I can't.
What would you like about lacrosse? Some people love like football because of the hitting. Some people love swimming for what? Why do you love lacrosse?
I think I love lacrosse probably because it's a mixture of the sports that I like the most. I know it sounds somewhat ridiculous, but
it is a combination.
Like, I love hockey, I love basketball, I love football, and when you mix them all together, I get lacrosse because you get like the contact of hockey, but you also get some contact that's similar to football, but not usually, unless you're like a complete buddy pass. So, and I just love basketball. I love the ball movement. I love like the beauty of the game of like a backdoor cut or like a give and go. That's just like great to watch in any sport, and you can do that in lacrosse.
I think it's a great sport. And how
that Joe's gonna like do like a certain route, he's gonna hit Joe right there every single time, or he knows Joe's gonna come back to him where Grove is.
It's how fast you're hitting that thing. And now I'm gonna come and get a shot of you. Catch these fast things that stucco rains down on me. Focusing. And all right, I'll just do 5, 4, which I don't know how he knows that, but he knows, and he's. That's really good. It's a really good cutaway, man. Like when you have something like rough cut, you know, like I'll put a movie theater screening, I'll get. It's almost like you could be a goalie if you wanted to.
Yeah, somewhat.
I mean, a great way to. Not only do you throw hard. Ray.
Games, you know what I mean? I mean, you have a limited amount of.
That's a one-shot rule. Fans are like, well, look, you can't do it. No. I don't know right, huh?
See, is that your left?
Can I get the blue finger out
of the way? Do it now. Roar! Grab your water, hold this out of the way. Oh, yeah.
About to go in though.
Social psychology right there.
Yeah, social psych, man.
We learn about it. Thank you. That makes sense.
thought we all watched it. It's like, hey, we shot a thing with a pistol. We shot a little thing with a pistol. It's just like a metal rod. They let him walk. I gotta show you. Give an example for the rest of smashing man. The other one.
And
on with this raffle, you got the snow cones up there, but you get under that white tennis competitive edge. Right, they have shirts, shorts, a bunch of different stuff, so make sure you take your parents over there.
Recruit kids out of that tournament. And then as a high school coach, we had played in that.
Take a peek over there. There's a lot of great merchandise that you can purchase from Competitive Edge, the best lacrosse store in the United States. I'm not sure about Canada.
State tournament, and in 2005 we won it. And now, as a coach, we're not a part of it at all.
No. A couple just philosophical things with lacrosse. How many guys play more sports than just lacrosse? That's great. All right, because as you guys get older, you want to.
All. So.
Do you think it's kind of?
All right, you got to get better on your own. So you can do that out of season, right? If you're. Got everything.
Yeah, what?
Propane.
I don't. That's why I didn't come to Haverford with the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna go there for a year to learn everyone's tendencies, and then I'm gonna go to Malvern so I can beat them. Like,
yeah, but
right.
if you just stay with our team, like.
I'll let you talk.
But keep in mind, he wasn't paid.
But also, this is what I'm saying. That's the biggest issue. Like, if you have a family and you have, I know he has. I think he has 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah, he was offered the Princeton job.
Yeah, why would I be a volunteer assistant at a high school coach and get paid this much money when I could be the head coach at Malvern and I can support my family and I can make more money.
Yeah. And he was also for the head of Princeton
He was
job.
only there for 1 year, so it wouldn't be like if Coach Patron left.
Right.
So he's been there for like 8 or 9 years.
And really knows.
Really close to the program, and then he left for Malvern.
Yeah, we move it.
How are you?
Did you guys eat pizza? How much did you eat pizza? But the thing about Hump is like we've probably gotten like 500 arguments, me and Hub, as like friends. Like, he will never give up, and whatever he feels like, and it's a good thing too, because like whatever he feels like, he feels like is right, and he's gonna fight for it. Like, I guard him every day in practice, and I know that like he will never give up, especially when like I pick up the ball like off the end line we're trying to clear. I know I'm getting the hack the fuck out of my arms. Like, I know Hub's coming like riding me, and like he will never give up, and he also uses like. He's probably one of the strongest players on the field that we have on this team. Like there's guys that may be like stronger off the field. Like, he's definitely one of the strongest like on the field. Like, he will use his body. Like, he will put his body like in harm's way. Definitely. Like, I remember like against LaSalle, like 2 years ago when he like laid it, like got hit in the crease. Like, he'll do anything to put the ball in the back of the net. I think that's what makes him like so good.
Okay. All right. Cool. Anyone else, please?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, I've watched a lot of lacrosse games, and you know, I've never really seen an attackman who gets as many ground balls as Huff does. You know, if there's a 50-50 ground ball, Huff's coming up with it. You know, every coach that's ever coached him is confident with that. Every player who's played with him is confident with that. And you know, like Warner said, Huff's like a scrappy guy. I mean, he's getting that ground ball, and you know, there'd be a 6'4", 250-pound guy guarding him, and Huff will try and run him over. And you know, if he doesn't, he'll dive and score. You know, he'll do whatever it takes.
That's great.
Which is awesome.
And you're right. You really can't teach that. That's like an attitude you're born with, I guess. Honestly.
6'4", 250 player to be playing this game.
Anyone else about Hup? Okay.
Hup just sometimes like he gets just fucking like laid out and he just gets up, and I'm standing there on defense like, how is he getting up from that? But just time and time again, he just keeps coming at you. So
like McDonough.
Oh my
McDonough.
God.
I remember Huff just got
Episcopal
crushed. I was
last year.
like, dude, like, is he dead? He's not getting up from this. But
Episcopal last year, Huff got laid out and just like walked off the field like completely like the wrong way, and like came back like 2 games later. It was like, how's he doing it? Amazing.
Not to jump to a thing, but Episcopal.
It's like a 1 year thing, and he left. I think he left for money. And
okay.
And he has 2 or 3 kids. So
he does. Right.
I agree. I agree with some part of that, but like
coaching against our tendencies of the
yeah, I mean, like, but at the same time, like, if you're in his position, you have all that knowledge. Like, are you not going to use it?
I just hate.
T, the one thing you have to get from me,
yeah,
just because my wife and I are so Catholic, you got to get Mary and
that in. All right, it's done.
Maybe I'll sit with Mary with like a rosary on.
I'm gonna move the tarp. Is that all right? Can I move the tarp?